going on, everybody? Coming at you with a lake intro this morning. As you can hear in the background, I got the pump going. A little bit of groundwater this morning, but not too bad. Just trying to pump it out before we backfill anymore, just to get the water out of there. It makes it a little easier to work. I went to the hardware store up in town here, or I should say next town over. Got a 60-pound bag of concrete. So first thing this morning is we are going to concrete those risers into the tank, and then put the covers on, and then continue backfilling. It was supposed to rain and like thunder and stuff this morning, but that never happened. But now it looks like the sky is threatening again, so I don't know, maybe the weather is different up here. I'm not sure, but not sure when I'm gonna get done. Not sure how tomorrow's gonna go. There's been talks of there being pretty heavy rain tonight and into tomorrow, and then same thing Saturday, and this stuff's just so wet it needs a day or two to dry. So not sure what's gonna happen tomorrow. Might not work, it might, depends. Got plenty to do here, but at the same time, like I said, this place needs to dry. So but anyway, for today we're gonna continue backfilling. Didn't have time to completely backfill yesterday. The electrician ended up coming, which I didn't film. He got the alarm line rerun to the new tank with the float. Everything's hooked up and working there. So he was working yesterday around the tank. I couldn't backfill anymore. I would have soaked them and splashed mud on them and stuff. So I just hung out with him for a little bit, helped him out, and we got done. So yeah, let's get this concrete mixed up. Don't make fun of my concrete. It sucks, but it does the job. That's all that matters. Holds the riser in. Doesn't need to look good, but yeah. So see you guys in a bit. coming at you after the weekend. I gotta watch my step here. It rained last night, of course, made this job muddy, which is what I kind of figured was going to happen when I saw rain in the forecast. But thankfully, we planned with that in mind. So I got this pretty much kind of the way I wanted to before the rain on Friday. Straw wattle. I got straw wattle up there by the big machine to divert the water. Straw wattle here, and then I cut a little bit of a swale on that edge and kept all this fill high to shed the water and hopefully not get this place too saturated. So it's still mucky, as you can see, holding water, but at least it's spread out now where it should dry quick. And yeah, but we have to rerun this 4-inch line going from the tank to the house. Gotta switch it out to schedule 40 and set it to the proper elevation, which sucks because we have to dig underneath this deck. So that should be fun. So today's been a bit of a boring day as far as video content goes. This is gonna be me basically hand digging underneath this deck. So yeah, I don't know what really gonna show you guys, but I'll either do a time lapse or something, or maybe just kind of show bits and pieces of it here and there. But we got that going on, and then tomorrow we have the well guy coming in, and as you guys remember, there's a well line that's right about approximately right into here that we have to reroute and get as close to this deck as we can, and sleeve and repatch the part that I hit and bent with the machine there. So they're coming in tomorrow, work on this today, and hopefully by then this place will be dried up enough to where we can hopefully work with this a little bit and try to get this graded and finished up, because we got other jobs to move on to. This is taking way longer than anticipated just because of all the challenges that have arose on this job and the extra time and just everything that we've been up against here. So but we're at the final stretches, the tank's in the ground. That's huge. Just a matter of cleanup now. So and getting the last bit of the change orders finished up and things hauled out and kind of cleaned up here. So hopefully we will be done with this week and be out of here. So we'll see what we can do. But nonetheless, start working on getting this line dug out and go from there. Alright guys, as you can see, we got the outside right over there of that line dug, and now we are under the deck, hand digging to pretty much right where that electrical box is to rerun this new line. Not much room to work here, as you can see. The rafters of the deck are right here, so I've been kind of hunched over all day, but nonetheless we'll get it done. My electrician dug part of that up, and he said it wasn't too bad to dig, so hopefully this will go pretty quick. Maybe paint getting the bar in here because the bar is pretty much as tall as the rafters are, but there's a shovel for comparison. But we'll see what we can do. I think I was gonna put it on time lapse, and you guys can just watch me dig. Not much going on here, like I say, and yeah, we'll pick up with you guys either with an update or when we're done. The plan is to basically get the whole top of this pipe exposed, pull the pipe out, and then re-dig it to pitch it to the tank, and then rerun it and call it a day, and then obviously leave it exposed for inspection. But that'll be a huge thing on the to-do list, and hopefully we'll get that done today. But yeah, we'll pick up with you guys a bit here. Alright guys, so we got this line pretty much exposed all the way. Unfortunately, that conduit does cross it, which will be a little bit of a headache, but I don't think too big of a deal. So either unhook it or cut it, pull this line out, and then maybe run it into the tank, see where it pitches at, and then dig this accordingly, rerun everything, and that should be it. Not making bad timing. I think that was only yeah, look how short this is. I'm trying not to hit my head here. I was probably looking funny when I was digging, but I didn't want to hit my hands on here and stand up and hit my head, so yeah, but making pretty good timing on this one. So yeah, now we're gonna unhook that. Alright guys, well, I apologize if you can't really see what's going on here, but anyways, there's a Fernco pretty much right here, like right under this water line. I can see the tab of it sticking up right there. I'm gonna try to unscrew it. If I can't, then I'll just cut it. But yeah, there's not a lot of room here to put this camera in, so I'm just gonna have to set it here for now. Let's expose a little bit more with a short shovel. This whole schedule 35 line is wrong. It's not supposed to be 35 leaving the house. With our Massachusetts code, they want usually schedule 80 10 feet out of the house, and then 35 or 40, which is the white stuff, not 35. But this is a 10-foot run, so essentially you could do the whole thing schedule 80, but schedule 40 is fine too. And normally the plumber handles 10 feet out, which would be right to the tank. But there's no sense of getting a plumber here just for that. I mean, most inspectors just go, yeah, I get it. So so we're gonna do what we can here. But yeah, we're gonna upgrade it to schedule 40. That's the proper way to do it. That's the way the town wants it. So see what we can do here. Just like that, she's undone. I'll grab my shovel and try to pry it back. outside, I can't even grab it. All right, that's loose. It's gotta go on the outside and pull it through, but yeah, we could probably even reuse that fern co, but we will pull that out and like I say, probably run it at the tank. Well, we're gonna have to run it at the tank first, probably stick it inside the tank and then run it to this. That way we can kind of adjust our pitch and elevation as we go here, because we are pitching down quite a bit. Might even do a clean out here, not too sure. There's a clean out in the house, but this is the mechanical room in here, and there's a false wall that's kind of in the bathroom. It's a bathroom, which is kind of that way, and the back of the false wall is kind of right where the clean out is, so if you had to clean it out, it would be tough getting in there. So it might just be easier to stick one in here. I don't know what I have for material, but might be something we can do. I'll pull that through and then we'll dig this out some more. And oh, jeez, who got hooked to something? Alright guys, a little bit everywhere this morning. I haven't been doing much filming because there hasn't been much going on. I did film yesterday because I was waiting for inspection. The inspector was supposed to come today at 8:30, then he called me this morning just saying, hey, send me pictures. So we're all set with inspection over here at this job, the tight tank job. I scheduled yesterday to have my big machine moved, that way I can start the cleanup out of here and get this crap out of here without having the machine here. But they had to cancel them yesterday. It's getting picked up this morning. I got it warmed up now. The guy just called me, said he's 15 minutes out, and that was about 15 minutes ago. So we gotta drive this thing down the road a little bit here, because the little beds can't get in here, and then leave it at the end of the road for him, walk back, get the truck, and then head to the shop, drop this thing off. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Slowly but surely, pissing off all the neighbors. That's all the way to do it. I just ran. The truck was here when I got there, but it just turned around, which is good. But headed back to pick up the pickup truck now. He can follow me to the shop, get that dropped off. I'll head back up here to keep doing some work.